We truly feel like this project is the best for students, and we're very confident moving forward.
Tonight at 10, on the ballot, the latest on the effort to let the public decide on a consolidated high school in Waterloo, and the step that remains before voters can weigh in.
Also tonight, what the latest net income report from John Deere is revealing in the wake of hundreds of recent layoffs.
And ceasefire talks set to resume. Could a deal be on the horizon between Israel and Hamas?
Live from News 7 KWWL, we've got you covered. This is KWWL News at 10.
And good evening, everyone. And as always, thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Your news live here at 10 o'clock, and I'm Ron Steele.
And I'm Elizabeth Kling. We have plenty of stories to get to in just a moment, but first we'll take a live look outside at the current conditions this evening. We had storms roll through earlier. This is a live look right now in Decorah. We want to get right over to meteorologist Danny Cassidy with the latest on what's ahead for the rest of the night. The storms kind of faded out, though, as they got towards farther to the east.
Yeah, we were trying to explain it a little bit before the show. Basically what happened is in central Iowa, things kind of exploded a little bit with that one storm cell. Then it got to the eastern part of the state, and things, well, weren't as good for storm development. And once it did, well, it lost all the heating from the daytime. We'll show you what it looks like on Storm Track 7 live Doppler radar. You notice nothing right now, really much of the area except for south of I-80, and that's in Washington County as we speak. A lot of moderate to heavy rainfall there, so probably could see a good half-inch maybe over the next 30 minutes or so. But after that moves out, I think we're done for the night. Now, technically, we are still under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11, but I do expect that to either get canceled or expire. I think activity will be pretty quiet after midnight. We'll talk about that as well as what your weekend forecast looks like coming up in just a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Danny. Well, plan to build a new consolidated high school in Waterloo appears to be headed for the ballot for the public to weigh in on. The district confirmed today that a petition started by community members received enough signatures to get the measure on the ballot, but that's only with school board approval. Otherwise, the plan would not move forward. The consolidated school would combine students at Waterloo East and West High School into a new high school near the Waterloo Career Center, leaving those schools to serve then as middle schools for grades 8 and 9.
This came together very quickly. It's amazing what people can do when they share a common goal. The people that came together in support of putting this on the ballot were people from across the political spectrum. There were people that were in favor of the school as well as opposed to the school.
Well, the district superintendent, Dr. Jared Smith, says he's confident in the public to make the right decision and approve the project.
I view it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to really sell this project even more. And an opportunity, quite honestly, come November 5th, I really feel like the public is going to be supportive of this project. And so we can come back with confidence saying, hey, the community is behind this.
And Dr. Smith says he's heard many positive thoughts from the community. The board will meet to finalize the vote on August 26th.
After continued months of ongoing fighting and recent attacks over the assassination of leaders in the Middle East, ceasefire negotiations between Israel and Hamas are resuming, but so far, Hamas is a no-show in these talks. Current leadership with Hamas apparently unwilling to discuss after the leader of the terrorist organization was killed recently by Israel. Now, a three-phase proposal has been laid out, which includes withdrawing of Israeli forces from Gaza, swapping hostages for prisoners, and building back Gaza.
Hopefully we'll make some progress here in the coming hours and days. I just don't know where it's going to go. It's really important that both sides be willing to compromise and show some leadership and get to this ceasefire.
Now, for its part, Hamas did say today it is willing to talk about any agreement if new developments occur in the near future. For now, though, countries are bracing for possible retaliation from Iran against Israel. Meanwhile, Vice President Harris on the campaign trail today, this time, though, the first time with President Biden at her side since he announced he was dropping out of the 2024 race for the White House. The two got together in Maryland announcing a Medicare negotiated lower price for about 10 prescription drugs. They believe it was made possible, they say, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act.
Few leaders in our nation have done more on so many issues, including to expand access to affordable health care than Joe Biden.
This is another really big deal. It means that Americans can save more money on from life-saving medications they need and deserve, and bring peace of mind.
However, I should point out these lower drug prices, if they happen, would not take effect until 2026. Over the next 3 years, lower prices for about 50 more drugs are expected, though, to be finalized.
New at 10 now, a man is charged with attempted murder following a shooting this morning in Creston. Daniel McDowell is accused of shooting a man in the area of North Lincoln Street around 7:30. We're told the victim is expected to be okay. And about 5 hours later, police and the Iowa DCI took McDowell into custody. Well, John Deere stock prices are up after the company reported better than expected third quarter earnings. Now, this comes following mass layoffs at John Deere plants in Waterloo, Dubuque, and several other locations. The report did also show that worldwide net sales and revenue for the company went down 17%. Days before the quarter ended at the end of July, salaried workers worldwide and in Iowa were told they were being let go. Deere said the purpose of the cuts was to the company for the future in the midst of a struggling agricultural economy. An economics professor at Iowa State says that he does not expect additional layoffs at this time.
Deere does not want to hire people with the idea of laying them off. They want to hire people with the idea that they're going to have steady demand for their product and that they will be equally profitable from one year to the next.
Well, today we spoke with Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley to get his thoughts on the latest earnings reports, and he says that he's heard concerns from people about moving production out of Iowa and into Mexico.
But I do believe that a lot of farm manufacturing companies have learned a lesson from the last agricultural depression we had in the 1980s, and they aren't going to make that mistake again.
More than 1,000 workers in Iowa alone have been impacted by the layoffs this year. For more information on those layoffs and other stories related to John Deere, they're on our website right now, KWWL.com.
Well, months after famed Friends actor Matthew Perry was found dead in his home of a drug overdose, 5 people tonight, including 2 doctors, are facing charges in connection with his death. Matthew Perry died in October of last year, acute effects of ketamine and drowning in his home. Investigators say his death was, though, criminal in nature, they believe now. 5 people are in custody, including the 2 doctors, and even Perry's personal assistant has been charged. They allegedly falsely prescribed, sold, or injected ketamine that caused his death. It was determined the amount found in his blood at the time was in the range of what would be used for anesthesia during a major surgery.
When clinic doctors refused to increase his dosage, he turned to unscrupulous doctors who saw Perry as a way to make quick money.
Over 2 months, from September to October 2023, they distributed approximately 20 vials of ketamine to Mr. Perry in exchange for $55,000 in cash.
Now, Matthew Perry, as you know, had long been very open about his ongoing struggles with his drug addiction. At the time of his death, he was undergoing ketamine infusion therapy, which investigators believe spiraled out of control just before his death. A Cedar Valley fan favorite is making its return for the first time in 7 years this weekend, and I'm talking about the Bosnian Festival. Held nationwide every year since 1999. About 5,000 people here attend every year. Waterloo is preparing to host for the 5th time, giving quite a boost also to the local Cedar Valley economy. It will all kick off, by the way, tomorrow night with traditional Bosnian dance performances at the Waterloo Convention Center. It will continue through Saturday, also at the Cedar Valley Soccer Complex, where there will be live music, food, and of course, a soccer tournament at the complex.
Well, the 9th annual Cop on a Rooftop is happening tomorrow across Iowa, helping raise money for the Special Olympics. From 6 a.m. to noon, people will be collecting money at participating Dunkin' Donuts locations to directly support the athletes. Everyone who donates will get a coupon to get a free donut, and if you donate $10, you'll get a coupon for a medium, hot, or iced coffee as well. here in our viewing area. Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Clinton, Coralville, Dubuque, and Marion are all taking part this year. The event has helped to raise $211,000 in years past. Still to come, feeding kids in need. The plan from the governor for next year after saying no to the summer EBT program again.
And one very popular Iowa amusement park now celebrating 50 years coming up this week.
Well, for the second time, Governor Reynolds is saying no to a federal assistance program to feed low-income kids known as the Summer EBT program. Instead, Reynolds is asking for a waiver from the USDA to create a demonstration project. The pilot program would provide monthly boxes of food to eligible families during the summer when kids can't eat at school, instead of giving families money to buy food as the federal Summer EBT program does. Well, Democrats say the move is putting kids in jeopardy.
Feeding children is one of the fundamental priorities that we have as a state government. So I, for the life of me, still can't understand why she refuses to accept our tax dollars. I think it's important for viewers to remember these are our tax dollars that we're paying when we file our taxes in April. No matter what, why aren't we bringing them back to our state?
Well, the governor's office said the boxes could be delivered if needed, and the plan would feed around 56,000 more kids than the federal program, but there's no word yet on just how much it would cost. The USDA says it'll review the pilot program request. Currently, more than 36 states use the federal summer EBT program.
A word tonight, the city of Dubuque is working toward another new development project. It would go up in the city near the port of Dubuque. It's a proposed dual brand hotel situated in the highly popular port of Dubuque, right along the waters of the Mississippi River. The idea is being proposed by the well-known Kenseth Hospitality Company. Will cost about $30 million. A public hearing has now been scheduled to learn more about the project. That will be coming up, by the way, if you'd like to attend on September 16th. The agreement would move forward if no other developers come forward with their own ideas for the area. Now, if all goes well, this new Dubuque hotel could pop up by New Year's Eve in 2026.
Then the developer can move forward with his design team and really get going in planning in earnest. And then in the spring, I believe it's in February, is the scheduled closing, and that's when they've got all their financing finalized and everything's ready to transfer the deed to the property. And then that's when they can start putting a shovel in the ground, would be next spring.
Yeah, the planned Dubuque hotel would include both long and short stay options for guests, along with 160 new rooms, and of course would be used to attract new trade shows, conventions, and other events to the city of Dubuque. It's been a big summer so far at Adventureland in Altoona, celebrating 50 years in business this weekend. Crowds are in for quite a treat, we're told, because opening August 16th, 1974, the amusement park known as Adventureland will be holding a 3-night celebration, which will be called Iowa's largest drone show. It'll be running Friday to Sunday, beginning at 9 o'clock in the evening. The park is also extending its hours this weekend, opening at 10 o'clock in the morning and operating the rides until 9 o'clock in the evening. Adventureland will remain open until the drone show is over.
So we have over 300 drones creating 3D drone shows, incorporating different iconic images of Adventureland over the years. So it's a great way to come out. Summer's still here. I know summer's winding down, but we're looking to expand with extra hours, extra days, and this new big drone show that.
Adventureland is also extending its season, we're told, and will actually be open Monday through Wednesday next week as well, followed by their annual Oktoberfest event. That comes up on September 14th, and Phantom Fall Festival, that begins September 21st at Adventureland.
Well, an incredible find in southern Iowa. Take a look. In Wayne County, the Office of the State Archaeologist reports that they have uncovered the first ever well-preserved mastodon found in Iowa. I had to look it up. It's similar to a woolly mammoth. They say the bones are about 13,600 years old. Erosion in a creek bed first provided clues that something was hidden underneath, and it took 12 days of work this month to uncover the bones there. What a find. Wow. Amazing to think what was once roaming our fields, right?
Just last week, yes.
Let's turn things over now to Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy, keeping an eye on the rest of the night for us. The storms have kind of fizzled out, though.
Yeah, they fizzle out. Elizabeth, I think every night you've been looking up like some sort of animal that because what was it, the deer?
I have to do my research,
Yeah, the
yes.
poodoo. I think yesterday.
poodles.
Yeah, so you are going to be a well-known archaeologist or very familiar with animals.
Science track.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, I am keeping an eye on the weather, and the reason why I'm kind of joking so much is because, well, the rain is nearly on its end on the way out of here. Let's show you Storm Track 7 live Doppler radar, and we'll give you an idea, or let me back up a little bit. There's Storm Track 7 live Doppler radar, getting ahead of myself. And yes, we are seeing that rain just on our far southern and eastern edge there, starting to move out of Washington County now and start making its way near the Quad Cities area here. So you can see maybe a little bit there in far southern Cedar County, but once this moves out, I think we're done for the night. You're seeing a couple of stray showers here near the Mason City area, and then a little bit to the east there in Wisconsin. We could maybe see some hit or miss kind of showers that move through, but I think, again, for the most part, activity is done for the night. And the reason being is the cold front is now starting to make its way through, so anything on the backside that develops won't be really severe. Maybe you just could see some scattered showers. Now, what we will see eventually is this rain on the backside of the low eventually make its way south and east as it rotates counterclockwise around the low and eventually make its way here during the day tomorrow. But I think it's just going to be just that, just a couple of scattered showers, just adding a little bit more rainfall as we head through the end of our work week. So here's Future Track, as I mentioned, now just starting to exit the far eastern edge of Washington County. Midnight, we'll see some mostly clear skies, and we'll have a pretty quiet night overall as we head into the last day of our work week. Overall tonight, low temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s. Winds will be light out of the southwest, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour. I'll pick things back up tomorrow morning here. Here's 8 a.m. Might see a little bit of patchy fog, especially in spots that saw rain today, especially our southern counties with the light wind and clear skies. But as you notice, those showers now make its arrival. And again, they're just going to be pretty light, mainly for our northern areas, closer to where that low pressure is. Then during the afternoon, maybe a few isolated storms. I think the brunt of it, though, will be east of the Mississippi, where there's still a little bit more energy to tap into. Then we'll see things quiet down for our Friday night, and then we'll eventually see a little bit more rain chances, I think, on Saturday. Overall, tomorrow, still going to be warm. That cold front that moved through is more of a kind of dry shift. What we are going to see is some warmer temperatures, but another cold front will be moving in from the northwest during the day tomorrow. That'll keep things a little bit cooler on the northwestern edge there. High temperatures of the south, though, still be pretty warm in the mid-80s, and that wind will be gusty out of the west around 30 miles per hour. It was very muggy today, and while it's not going to be incredibly comfortable tomorrow, things are going to improve. Dew points will only be in the mid to upper 60s tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-60s through the weekend, and then eventually we'll be in the lower 60s Monday and Tuesday. So pretty nice as we head into next week. Your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. So we will see, again, I think a couple of stray shower chances tomorrow and then into the day on Saturday, I think, especially during the late morning into the afternoon hours. Sunday, I do think we're going to be dry, and then Sunday and beyond looking incredible. High temperatures in the low to mid-80s, and besides the stray storm chance there, things are looking very nice as we head through next week. Elizabeth?
All right, Danny, sounds good. Thanks so much. Still ahead, the Iowa Hawkeye football program receives a commitment from a major recruit with family ties to the program.
And the Iowa State football program, coaches believe, will go as far as Rocco Beck can take them this season.
Now, KWWL Sports.
The Iowa Hawkeye football program lands a top recruit with some serious family ties. Defensive lineman Iose Epinesa is the younger brother of former Hawkeye great and current Buffalo Bills star A.J. Epinesa. Iose Epinesa is a 5-star or 4-star defensive lineman, depending on what recruiting service you subscribe to. Iose Epinesa is ranked 42nd nationally by 24/7 Sports in the class of 2025. He is also the top-ranked prospect in the state of Illinois. Iose Epinesa is listed at 6 feet 4, 270 pounds, and his family ties run deep with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Besides his brother AJ, Iose's father Epi also played at Iowa, and his brother Eric is currently a linebacker with the Hawkeyes. Iose Epinesa made his visit to Iowa back in June. Now, the Iowa State Cyclones enter the 2024 college football season with a lot of confidence, and a lot of that confidence comes with the play of quarterback Rocco Beck. Beck has been steady despite playing under his third offensive coordinator and his third different quarterbacks coach since he arrived at Iowa State a few years ago. Beck says he handles the coaching changes and the internal competition with a positive mindset.
Yeah, it's obviously different. You know, this is my first fall camp going in as a starter, but I'm looking at it as, you know, the same day in and day out. Like last year, I went into each day thinking I was going to be the starter, and that's how I'm thinking this year. And that's just, you know, I have a lot of competition in the quarterback room, and they make me better every single day. And so, you know, I'm grateful for them. But like I said, I'm just going in each and every day as a starter.
And then the high level of consistency has been, man, he keeps getting better and better every single day. He works his tail off. So he's getting better every day. He's super curious on everything too, you know, asking questions on everything and just constantly trying to get better. So you know, he's doing a great job, but he's constantly trying to get that inch to get better.
Cyclones open the season August 31st against North Dakota at Jack Trice Stadium. Notre Dame has dropped the hammer on its men's swimming program amid gambling violations. The university has suspended the entire Fighting Irish men's swimming program for at least 1 year after it found violations of the NCAA's gambling rules. Now, Sports Illustrated journalist Pat Forty reported that Notre Dame swimmers bet on their own performances. Notre Dame officials said they are sorry that swimmers who did not gamble are missing out on a whole year of competition. We'll be right back.
Well, the annual Bill Riley Talent Search is happening right now at the Iowa State Fair. Of course, an annual tradition there, and a local teen is in the finals.
That is indeed the case this year, Elizabeth. 16-year-old Jonah Carney. Jonah's from Parkersburg. He'll perform for the championship, the title on Sunday. Let's take a sneak peek of what we can expect to hear from Jonah.
But wouldn't it be fine to share the weather in her eyes, her hair, her footsteps as she climbs the stair, the shadow in her love.
Yeah, Jonah will hope to take home the title this year after his sister made it to the talent show finals last year as well. It's all in the family. He is one of 3 performers that remains in the seniors category for kids ages 13 to 21.
Now there's also 18-year-old, that's Lily Schloss. She's a singer from North Liberty in this area. 15-year-old Annalise Bell, she's a dancer from Ottumwa. They're also in the finals. The championship, Bill Riley Talent Show, 1:30 Sunday. Best of luck to everybody making it to the finals. Which
Iowa's Got Talent.
Iowa's Got Talent.
We do,
Oh,
yeah.
Rick, did you ever make it to the Bill Riley finals?
No.
Oh, it was my favorite thing to watch as a kid.